Say hi. Don't be rude. You can pick up your sippy cup. It's right there. Welcome to my first video of Real Talk Tuesday. Sorry I'm not super enthusiastic right now. It's been a rough day. Huh, baby?
Bye.
No, I'm not. It's not time to end the video yet. So,
Bye, Daddy.
no. So I posted on my Facebook page and I was asking people to let me know, like, topics they'd like me to talk about and basically things that would make a good Real Talk Tuesday video. The topic I would like to talk about.
No, they don't have time.
Say what topic are we going to talk about today? Do you know?
I have a ton of bye.
No. Let's see. What topic? What topic is it? The topic. Don't you dare throw that. You put that down. Right now. You put that down. Put it down. You have exactly 2 seconds to put that down. Thank you.
Sit down.
Yes, you need to sit down. So,
I'll be on the sun.
one that I thought I could really talk about. No, not bye yet. One I could talk about without a whole lot of mental preparation is
Bye.
what do I miss about the past, basically. Well, nope. I think one thing that I miss about the past is basically being able to, like, do what you want, say what you want, and not have to worry about, to a certain extent, of repercussions. So nowadays, if I try to say, hey, I have this belief, I have this thought, I have this idea, it has to be, I have to be very careful about who I talk to and how I say it now. I can't just go out and be like, I want to go and shoot some guns at the shooting range, you know what I mean? You can't just mention that because people will think that you're going to shoot up a school or something, when that's not the case at all, especially for me. Even disciplining my child in public and not worrying about if someone's going to try to call CPS on me. You know what I mean? Because personally for me, I believe in spankings. Not to the point of, like, abuse or anything, but to the point of if my child is trying to hit, then I give a spanking to say, that hurts. You don't hit unless you want to be hit back. That is a repercussion that I'm trying to teach her. I know people say, don't hit and then you hit back. It's kind of like hypocritical. But how are they supposed to know that hitting hurts unless they've experienced it themselves? So I guess I'm doing two topics in one, because the other topic was an uncommon belief, because I know lots of people who practice peaceful discipline. And with my child, peaceful discipline only gets me so far. Because, I mean, sometimes it works better than spanking and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I spank her and she realizes, oh, I messed up, so I'm going to shape up. But sometimes whenever I spank her, she just thinks it's a game and she thinks it's funny, and then she'll just go back and do the exact same thing again that she was just doing. sometimes, like whenever I do timeout, it's not really timeout, I put her arms across her chest, and then I put my arms around her arms. It is called a safe hold. That would be peaceful disciplining. Again, same result. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I've recently started doing the whole, like, I'll hold her for a little bit, I'll explain what she did wrong. Yeah, and I'll explain why what she did was wrong. After I explain what she did was wrong, I will start counting to 10. I also will often yell at my child, mostly because I'm just a loud person, and half the time whenever I'm trying to get her attention, she's louder than me, so I have to yell so that she can hear me. Knock it off. No, I'm eating this now. Too bad, so sad. So when I yell at her in public, even when I'm just being loud, or when she's not listening to me and I have to raise my voice more and more and more and more, she will, start acting out and everything, so I have to be loud. Others will stare at me and give me looks like, oh, she's a bad mom, kind of look on their faces. Sometimes, however, I get the look of sympathy, like, oh, poor girl, she's a young mom, and so she's just figuring this out. I'm like, no, I don't need your sympathy. I don't need your judgment. Just go about your day. Just ignore me. Or maybe what you can do, this is also something that I miss, is perhaps walk up to me and provide some constructive criticism or constructive advice. You know what I mean? Like, what you could say is, what I do for my children is, I've tried this. Maybe you can try this. It worked for my children. It might work for your children. And then we can strike up a conversation. We can say, oh, I haven't tried that before, or, oh, I can give that a try, or, yes, I have tried that and it didn't work. And then we can still, go have a back and forth. You know what I mean? That's something that I miss. Basically just decent human beings acting like decent human beings. That's what I miss. And maybe I'm just old-fashioned, but I feel like if you can't say something nice, then don't say anything at all. Or if you feel like you have a useful piece of information, that you should share that. Build people up. That's just me, though. Again, I'm old-fashioned. I feel like people should just mind their own business, and then whenever they don't want to actually be kind and helpful. Because I remember when I was growing up, I don't know if it was just because of how my parents were, but when I was younger, I never saw people walk up to my parents and say, you're doing this wrong. And I never saw people give my parents dirty looks like, you're doing this wrong. But I get it all the time. Mostly because I look like I'm 16. But I'm not 16. I'm going to be 22 in like a month. Actually, a month exactly. Or 23. I'm going to be 23 in 1 month. Did I say 22? I meant to say 23. I am 22. I'm turning 23. And so whenever I go out in public with my child, people give me dirty looks because they think I'm 16 and, 16, teenage mom. They think I'm a teenage mom, but I'm not. I'm old enough to be married. I'm old enough to have a child. You know what I mean? I am an adult. Of course, I have also gotten compliments about how people say, like, when they first met me, they think that I'm super young, but then they get to know me and they think I'm, like, 2 or 3 years older than I actually am, which I think is kind of funny. Because there's like, oh, yeah, I talked to you, and you seem a whole lot older than you look. One person said that when they first met me, they thought I was 16, then they started talking to me, they thought I was 25. I'm like, well, I'm in between that, so it's a fine line. It really is. It's a fine line to figure out the best way to approach people, because so many people are sensitive. So many people get insulted by the littlest things. And I mean, don't get me wrong. If your feelings are hurt, that's valid because your feelings are valid. But if you can't stand whenever someone puts you down every once in a while, because that's going to happen, then I'm sorry, you got to toughen up. You got to thicken that skin. You got to get thicker skin. And I guess that's another thought, or another belief that I have that's uncommon now. I just feel like people should just deal with it, because life is not going to give you everything you want. Life is not easy. Life is hard. So if you can't deal with it, too bad, so sad. You got to figure it out. Can't say nothing nice, don't say anything at all. If you can't deal with the world being rude to you and not giving you everything you want, suck it up, Buttercup, because it's going to happen. And if you don't want to try to be a better person by helping others, then you got to fix your priorities. If you want to judge people based on their beliefs, again, fix your priorities. And if you can't keep your mouth shut, you can't shut your trap, if there's nothing nice, do it anyway. Or expect someone to come back and give you a piece of their mind. Straight up. I hope you enjoyed this video. I got kind of serious because today is a stressful day for me. And that's on my shirt. I don't really have a filter too much. And yeah. Anyway, I will try to figure out a good intro, good outro, and actually be like consistent every week. And maybe next week I will touch on one of the other topics that was commented on my Facebook post, or if you want to comment down below on this video, that would be awesome. Seriously, I get so excited whenever I get comments. And I will just see you guys on the next video.